I finally came clean. I, 19F, confessed to my husband, 20M, that I committed acts of infidelity. I'll call him Liam. He was my high school sweetheart, my first real love. After a couple years of dating, not very long after graduation I got a job in tech, and he started his application to join the armed forces. While he was in basic, my job was going pretty well. I was making pretty good money. But little did I know meeting someone else would turn into the chaos now laid before me. My ex-boss, 27, I'll just call him Dylan, was 8 years older than me and pretty attractive. I wasn't married to my husband at the time, but we were still dating and I developed a crush on my then boss. A couple times my husband came to see me at work and Dylan would be working aside me. I remember Liam saying to me that he felt like Dylan was attracted to me and noticed him finding any way to get close to me. Of course I didn't realize it or think much of it. He also was in a relationship at the time and I barely knew him. But it was clear that it made him uncomfortable. Fast forward, Dylan got fired and I ended up switching jobs to another company. For some reason I stayed in contact with him and would just check up every now and then. He was a respectable boss that I saw as an acquaintance/friend at this point. Not long after, my husband and I were just driving back from a dinner together and he had asked me if I talked to Dylan. I said no. He asked me to type his name in my message search bar. There it was in the conversation I had with my friend. I didn't know how to explain it. But I did. He then left me on the side of the road in a raged state. It was dark and it was in a neighborhood I'd never been in before. After 10 minutes or so he came back and told me he didn't want to look at me but to get in the car. Somehow we got through it. We tried to make things work. I tried to show him there were no feelings on my end. But now my world is even more upside down at my own fault. Liam and I haven't had the best relationship. He's called me horrible things and has lied to me about really bad things as well. To the point where it would be considered verbal and emotional abuse. All this to say a couple months back I unblocked Dylan, for reasons I don't even know in myself why, and we agreed to meet up and get food. I didn't know that on the way there he was going to stop at his house. He didn't tell me this until I was in his car for several minutes. He said he needed to change shirts because he was in his work uniform. And while I was there I was just waiting in the living room while he changed in his room. Stepping foot there I felt so terrible for. We went to IHOP and they were really busy so instead we drove through Taco Bell. We went back to his house to eat and then he asked if I wanted to watch something. He was trying to cuddle me and be close to me and I felt a bottomless pit in my stomach. I moved away and then asked if he could drive me back to my car. Now just a couple days ago my friends and I were hanging out for my going away party, to go move in with my husband where he's currently stationed. We invited Dylan. I got so drunk and I kissed him as he was leaving. I don't have any romantic feelings for him, so why I did what I did I have no clue. I had inklings of Liam cheating but that could have just been my own projections. I just told my husband everything over the phone. I couldn't stand to feel the amount of guilt knowing I would have wanted him to confess if he had done the same. But I feel like the extent of what I did is unforgivable and our marriage is no longer salvageable. My whole world and every vision I had of the future is shattered. And it's all my fault. I feel like a shell of a human.